Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's time for ParaMystic Podcast again. I am so happy you're here. I'm Kristina. I'm your host. And I want to remember to tell you all before I bring my guests on, because I know I'm going to get distracted and forget, that this coming weekend, Friday, May 8th, is the Bigfoot hike. And that is part of the CapsCon Paracon that is coming up in Fond du Lac this weekend. So make sure that you go to wisconsincaps.com, get your tickets for the Bigfoot hike, the Paracon, and the seance that I'll be doing on Saturday evening. So make sure you get all of those. If you use my last name, Bloom, as a discount code, you will get 10% off of everything that you purchase to go to that Paracon. So I wanted to make sure for sure you have that information. The following weekend, I am going to be in Rhinelander, Wisconsin at the Quality Inn with Soul and Synergy. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about here. Soul and Synergy is having a fair there on, I believe it is May 16th. So I will be there for that too, if you happen to live in the North Woods of Wisconsin. And then on June 6th, I will be at Broadhead Manor with the Bearded Brothers Brawl. And I can't wait. I don't know. There are so many people going to be there, including my guests. So let's bring them up. Blake and Shelly from EVP, Everything Vaguely Paranormal.
Hi,
Hey,
Kristina.
guys.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. It feels like deja vu. Didn't we just do this a couple of weeks ago?
I think we did just do this a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, right before I headed out on my trip out east.
Yes.
We did this. Yeah.
And yes, we are going to be at the Bearded Brothers Brawl, and I am so excited about that. It is a charity that raises money for underprivileged kids and families for Christmas and to buy presents and food for needy families. And when we were asked, we're like, of course, we're all in.
Of course. And it's Broadhead Manor. So who's going to say no?
Yes. Who's going to say no to Sir Sexy Bill Walter? No one. I can't.
And Bill's nuts. And Bill's nuts.
Yep. Bill does have the best nuts ever.
He does. Yeah. In many flavors. So now that we've got that out of the way.
Exactly.
Hey, we got to come in swinging and kicking open the door, right?
Yes, that's right. We do. So what else are you guys going? You're like all over the place, I think. What else you guys got going on?
We have a lot of things going on. We've got quite a few of our own public investigations that we're going to be hosting all over the country. Our first one is this month, actually, the end of this month, May 29th at the Old Park Hotel in Ballinger, Texas. Then we'll be at the Bearded Brothers Brawl with you and the Bearded Brothers and Sir Sexy. And
we will be leading ghost hunts there for that too on that Thursday, Friday and Saturday night. Yep. We will be one of your lead teams for the ghost hunts.
Yep.
Excellent.
We're also going to be in Gettysburg in July, and Phenomenon in September up in Vernal, Utah. And we've got another public investigation at Broadhead Manor in Wisconsin. So we're going to be here, there, and everywhere all over the U.S. this year. So,
and if you want to come hunt with us, you can go to our Eventbrite page. If you want to come to that Wisconsin hunt, we have a VIP package that 2 nights at Broadhead Manor, and on Saturday night, Bigfoot has promised to make an appearance.
Ooh.
So
one of my favorite guys, Bigfoot.
I know.
Last time he came out, there might have been a little dance on the stage.
Could have been. Might have happened. We're not sure.
Might have
we
happened,
don't really remember.
That would not surprise me at all.
But what happens at Broadhead stays at Broadhead.
Exactly. Well, till it hits Facebook.
Exactly.
We all know it's going to hit Facebook eventually. Somebody's going to put it out there. So,
eventually.
Yeah. So I am just curious with you guys. How long have you been doing paranormal investigating, and what brought you to it? Shelly, how about you first?
Oh, okay. Well, I've had experiences ever since I was little. I could see things, and I've been in paranormal investigating since I have to count about 25, 26 years at this point. Okay. And when I was little, I used to see I was 4 years old. The first time I actually remember having a memory of it. And I would see what my 4-year-old brain interpreted as goats that would go back and forth in front of my room at night. And they would never stop. They would never, but as soon as the lights were out and the house was still, they would just this freaking goat parade going back and forth. And I never knew what they were, but my brain interpreted them as goats. And I slept in that room, and I would tell my mom every day, the next morning, please don't let in the goats, because they kept me awake. And my mom's like, okay, something's wrong with this child. We live in the country, but we don't have any goats. And so, she thought, oh, you're just imagining you're having a bad dream. And I would agree if it didn't happen every single night. I would tell my dad, please don't let in the goats. They kept me awake. And he's like, we don't have any goats. He's looking at my mother like, what's wrong with her? And I slept in that room until the last night that I ever slept there. One of the goats stopped, and it did this snake-like motion up to the top of the door frame, and it spread out, and it looked at me. And I was ready to jump and run, and I had my stuffed puppy dog, my stuffed kitty cat, and there was a doll at the end of my bed. And for those of you who don't know, Mrs. Beasley was a big deal way back whenever I was young.
Oh, yeah. I think we all had one. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Mrs. Beasley doll that sat at the end of my bed. And as I'm getting ready to jump and run, I'm ready to go. And suddenly the doll falls off my bed. Now, she's a cloth body doll with a vinyl head. And it should have stopped and stayed. Whenever it fell, it went all the way across the room and hit the wall. And I ran to my parents' room, and I never slept in that room again. Now, when my brother came along, they tried to put him in that room, and he screamed all night long. He'd just scream and scream and scream. And so my brother and I slept on the pull-out sofa in the living room from the time I was 4 until the time I was 9, and we moved out of the house. He and I slept on that, and I could still see the goats that would go back and forth in front of my room. But they didn't, like I said, they never crossed the barrier, but I could still see them from the living room. So it only quit after we moved. We lived on the same land. We just moved to the back part of the land, and there's a creek that separates where the old house was and where the new house was. And I never saw him again after that. So, yeah, I kind of been in it since I got here.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I get that. What about you, Blake? What's your story?
For me, it's there was always something whenever I was a kid that just didn't add up, didn't make sense. I'd be sitting at my mom's house, and we'd just kind of look around and just be like, somebody just walked into the room, and she's like, we're the only ones here. And I'm like, no, somebody, okay, that's cool. Somebody just walked into the room. I don't know how else to tell you that. But my first experience really with the paranormal wasn't until I was about 13. My great grandmother passed away. And it was a couple of days after she had passed away that I woke up in the middle of the night, and she was standing at the foot of my bed. And so my brain did that really fast, like, oh my God, it's you. Wait, whoa. Like, you just died. Like, what the hell? That led to lots of questions.
Okay.
Because I was raised in the church. So that led to, what the hell was that? What did I experience? Which led me to reading books, watching TV shows, all that kind of stuff. Up until about 7 years ago, I started doing little individual investigations, little here and there, oh, go down the scary road. Oh, stuff like that. It wasn't until 2021 when this one that's on the screen with me dragged me willingly, not kicking and screaming, willingly into bigger and more badder places to investigate. So I've really been doing the huge locations, I guess you could say, for about the last 5 years, and have just had some of the craziest experiences that I don't know. It's answered some questions for me, but not all of them, obviously.
Okay.
Wait, so you're saying it's my fault? Wait,
it's all your fault. It's all your fault.
I just wanted to clarify that.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he said you drugged him.
Yeah. That's probably what it was. Yeah. He woke up, couldn't remember where he was. He was like, how did I get
woke
here?
Up,
why am I in a location?
Woke up and basically I was like, I guess I'm a paranormal investigator now. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's good. All right.
I'm wearing the shirt. It must be.
Here we go. Whee. So, as an investigator, actually doing an investigation, what is something that was really profound for you? And not necessarily scary, but profound. What? Go ahead, Blake.
I think the first moment that I realized that there's a lot more to this than we know was after we went to Yorktown Memorial Hospital back in 2021. And it was a few days after we got back. And I'm laying in bed and I'm having a very surreal dream that there is something in my childhood home. Everybody I knew at the time was there. It felt like I was in this dream, and I ran. I can't remember. God, it's starting to get fuzzy now. But anyways, I ran one way down the hall. Oh yeah, I ran away from my childhood bedroom down the hall, and something wrapped around my ankles and pulled me back to my bedroom. And then I go outside, grab some people, and we come back inside. And as I'm heading back down the hall towards my childhood bedroom, something else wraps around my ankles and drags me back to the living room and flings me across the living room. And I wake myself up, blood curdling screams. And I'm actually down in the bed with hands outstretched up above me. Everything from about knee to the bottom of my foot is off the foot of the bed. And whatever had a hold of me still had a hold of me. Wow. And I could feel it around my ankles. And so I sleep with holy water on my nightstand. I don't know how y'all sleep, but I just grabbed that and started slinging it backwards because the room was pitch black. And I sleep with at the time I slept with a 70-inch TV on. And the room was pitch black. And I started slinging the water backwards, calling it everything but a Christian, and telling it to get the hell out, that it wasn't welcome here. And it let go. And it's like the light just comes back into the room.
Wow.
And was that scary? Yes, absolutely. It was terrifying. But that was a moment that I can't explain at the time what had a hold of me. It wasn't until later that we figured out that it was actually an attachment from Yorktown. I had inadvertently asked some pointed questions in a room. I was not provoking, but it was the room where allegedly a man had taken his own life. And so I was asking along the lines of, what got you to this state? What, and I think whatever was there just did not like that I was asking those kinds of questions. And actually got to talk to this entity through Spirit Box. And basically it was telling me that to make amends, I had to do all of these things for it. And I had to go here and grab this and bring black feathers. And I was like, I don't make pacts. I don't make deals this way. So you can stay, coexist, but behave. And I actually have not had any issues with him for quite some time. I think he finally was just like, you know what? This guy's just not giving me what I want anymore. I'm just going to, hit the road. So that was probably the most profound moment that I was like, oh, it's not just what these big bad places aren't just what I see on TV. Got it. I can.
Gotcha. All right. Shelly, what about you? What was a profound moment as an investigator for you?
I've had a lot of moments that kind of shook me or made me think or kind of brought some feelings that I didn't understand forward. I think probably the most profound was the one that almost made me quit paranormal investigating. And it was at Old Park Hotel. And we basically asked the spirits to help us throw out this very oppressive male spirit that was in there because we couldn't get rid of it. And he had come after me every time we'd been in there. He'd make me vomit. He'd make me sick. He was just a bully, and he was bullying the other spirits. So we put Blake led me in an Estes method, and he got after me so bad that I was begging for him to close the circle because I was about to vomit. And Blake follows me outside, and he says, "Can you get the name if I do it?" And I said, "Yeah, but I can't help you. If he gets a hold of you, I can't help you. I have no energy to take anything off of you." And he goes, "Fine, let's do it." So Blake goes under. I go after him, and he's making me feel sick. He's making me feel dizzy. And finally, the thing was, we told the other spirits, somebody tell us his name so we can get rid of it. And suddenly Blake gives us a name. And we told all the spirits to scream. And Blake says, "Oh my God, I'm hearing nothing but screaming in my ears." And I'm going, throw him out. And suddenly that entire building went calm. And Blake goes, everything got calm. Now he's coming out of the Estes method. We were so elated. We were so excited. We were so happy. The whole room felt happy. The building felt happy. And we all went to bed. And when I woke up in the morning, first of all, I was the last one up. That never happens. Blake can tell you that never happens. I'm never the last one up. Blake had to come and wake me up. He goes, "We got to go." And I'm like, okay. Well, I wake up and I'm crying, and I can't stop crying. And I can do nothing. And so I go down to the far end of the hall, which is where we'd kind of thrown him out, except we've been downstairs. And I sit in the room that always gives me a lot of trouble. And another investigator comes down there and says, "Hey," and I said, "You need to get away from me. I don't want to see any men right now." I said, "You get the F," I'm cussing them. So a female investigator comes down there and goes, "We got to get you out of here." And I go, "I feel safe here. which I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have felt safe. I'm bawling. I'm uncontrollably crying. I don't understand it. Well, the guys pack up all my stuff and they put it in the car for me. And the female investigator is saying, she don't want to see any men. She's feeling very aggressive towards men. And I literally go downstairs. I say nothing to anybody. I'm about to get in my car. I'm putting my person on my passenger side, and this truck pulls up with 4 men in it. And as they get out, one of them gets a little too close to me. I pull back my fist because I'm going to hit him for no other reason. The dude's getting out of the car. And she's like, and I had to go, whoa, 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 whoa. I get in the car. I'm driving home. And I cannot stop crying. I cried for a solid 2 weeks straight. And what I was seeing in my brain was, it was like somebody was flipping a deck of cards. And with every card, there was a woman and what had happened to her. Like at one point, all I saw was the sky, and I knew she'd hit her head. Now that was just and then one lady, I saw broken teeth. One lady, I saw a messed up arm. One lady was missing a finger. One lady's face was all beaten up. It's like every woman that had ever been on that property was showing me and giving me the pain that she had to endure. And it was damn near more than I could take. Blake was calling people to help me up in Canada. He was calling on every psychic friend that we had to help me out. And it took me a solid 2 weeks until I stopped seeing those flip cards, because someone that we know said to me, here's what you have to do. You have to take it, see it, release it. He says, you're internalizing every bit of it. He said, if you do that, he goes, you're going to make yourself crazy. He goes, and it was literally the second something would get calm, it was like somebody'd start flipping the deck of cards, and it was like, just all these emotions, all this pain, everything. And I was about wore out. And I went to a Reiki healer. And I laid down. I said, listen, I didn't tell her anything. I said, listen, I need something done. And she starts doing her thing. And she goes, oh my God. She goes, it's like you have thousands of little fish hooks all in you. And I go, that you can see? And she goes, well, you can feel them. She goes, it's like thousands and thousands of them. After she was done, I felt better. But I was told, and I realize it now, that it was a gift. But in the moment, it really freaking sucked. That I was told that by one of the people that was helping me, they wouldn't have given it to you if they didn't trust you to take it and think you could handle it. They wanted to send their pain away with you. He goes, so you gave them some relief. He goes, it sucks for you right now. He goes, but it did. It took me about 2 weeks. And I thought, if this is what I'm going to get, I can't do it anymore. And I think Blake can attest to my mental state that morning. I was not me. I'm not I'm not that girl,
Right.
No.
So for me to be in tears, inconsolable, and telling Blake and another investigator that I'm going to beat their ass if they come anywhere near me, and mean it. Yeah. Not good.
That's what threw me, because it doesn't matter like what's happened at locations or anything like that. Like Shelly and I have always been, if something happens to one of us, the other one's able to pull the first one out of it, vice versa. We've always been that sounding board at investigations, and to walk outside to go be that sounding board for her, and basically
for me to scream at you to get away from me.
Oh yeah, cuss words and everything to get the F away and all that kind of stuff. And I was like,
wow,
okay, that's not Shelly.
It's
Shelly, but it's not Shelly.
Right.
So
it was literally this just primal fear. If you've, and as a females walk away around every day in a certain amount of fear from men. And we have to take those extra precautions that men take for granted, that they don't have to always make sure as soon as they get in the car, they lock the door. And
check the back seat before you lock the
back
door.
Seat. And all this other stuff. It's something that we've been taught since we were little.
Right.
And so to have all of this fear come at me, and it wasn't just women from the brothel, it was almost every woman that had ever been on that property. It was like suddenly, because we kicked the bully out, and I'll say weeks, it was me, Blake, the other investigators, and the spirits are the ones who threw them out. We just told them it was okay. And for them, I don't know why, maybe because I got the name, I don't have any idea, they just went, oh good, here, this is what we're feeling. And it was like,
it was a lot.
It was rough.
Much. Wow, that's incredible.
It sucked.
I'm sure it did. Yeah, but it's an amazing story though, because it really, by you telling it lets people who might be new to this understand what can happen.
Oh yeah.
I'd have much rather been drug out of bed. If that was an option, I'd have taken that one. I'd have taken Blake's. I'd have been terrified in the moment, but it wouldn't have lasted for 2 weeks.
Right.
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 No, don't worry, Shelly. It's only lasted for about 3 years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. He pops his head up every now and then. That's true. Never mind. I'll take the 2 weeks. It'll be fine.
All right. I had problems with him for years after
You did.
that. Yeah.
You did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Until you moved.
Until I moved. Yeah. Well, I think what it was he was feeding off of my mental state at the time, and I was at the end of my marriage in a very dark place, and so I think that he was feeding on that.
I would agree.
Very, very unhappy, very dark place, very dark thoughts, all of that kind of stuff. So it was fuel, it was food, it was, and I think that's why I stuck around for so long. And I think after I moved into my grandfather's house for a little bit to help him take care of that. And it was the place where my grandmother passed away. It was a loving home. It was, all this kind of stuff. So I just don't think that he had any fuel after that. And I was much better after that too. Right. So.
And I can validate that. I would go to Blake's house and you would see this dude at the end of the hall. You'd walk around the corner and he'd just be standing there, just filling up the whole hallway. And, I'd be like, you better get out of here. I don't play like Blake does. I'll come after you, So, yeah, I can vouch for that. It would open doors. It would break light bulbs. It would do a lot of nasty things.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And I've had my own experiences with things like that, where you get sick for a long time afterwards, or something just won't leave you alone, or, it really affects like your personality, and it affects the people that you live with and the people around you. It can do that. And I think that that's why everywhere that I speak on personal energy protection.
I do this. That's my personal energy protection. Let's hope everything goes well.
Oh, God. Oh,
I've tried, Kristina. Don't even go there. She's still going to cross them fingers and
I'll be
pray
like,
it goes
we're good.
Well. Whatever works for you.
It does.
The question is, does it work for you?
Does it?
For the most part.
Okay.
It does for the most part, because I don't want to stop anything from talking. I don't care if it's positive, negative, adult, child, worldly or otherworldly. If you want to talk, come one, come all. I want to hear it. Don't get me wrong. If I don't like what you have to say, I'm gonna be like, hey, you need to go away. I don't want to talk to you anymore. But fingers crossed they listen.
Okay. All right. Well, and on energy protection, Blake, what do you do to protect yourself going into a situation?
Oh my gosh. So I've run the gamut, I guess you could say. So whenever we first started, I was very much in pulling from my past of paganism, Wiccan, all of that kind of stuff, and wearing the necklaces and the jewels and the bracelets and carrying the crystals and all that kind of stuff. And those help. Don't get me wrong. I have them all over my house. I have them on my altar. I do believe in the power of crystals and in the power of intention, mainly is mine. But in the recent years, developing more on my gifts and stuff like that, I've really gotten to know who my guides are. I've gotten to know who my spiritual team is. And basically who has my back. And that is more powerful for me because that is very personal. That is, I have a great grandmother who is on my spiritual team as well as a guide. And she's powerful. She don't play either because she brings full native force in with her. And it's like now I know my guides, my team, they have my back.
Yes.
I'm still going to do what I do, be respectful, try to continue stories, all of that kind of stuff. But every once in a while, we're going to run across a nasty spirit. But I know now that I don't have to have all of the accoutrement on to be protected, that I have a team behind me, not just in Shelly, but also on the spiritual side, that they've got me, I
love that.
So, yeah.
And because they've got you, they've got her too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Yeah. I do a lot of ancestral work.
Okay.
With meeting the ancestors through journey work and all of that kind of stuff. So
all right.
I think all my ancestors are drunk in a bar. I don't know. I think they don't. I did have a psychic one time say to me, she just kind of stopped and she looked at me and she goes, oh, And I'm thinking, my breath smell bad? Why she go, oh. And she goes, I'm just going to tell you, you are highly protected.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, oh, cool, thanks. She goes, you've got at least one archangel that's like right here. She goes, if I was a spirit, she goes, I wouldn't step to you. And I went, and this was totally unprovoked. Totally unprovoked. She just tells me that. And she also tells Blake that he's got an ancestor, you know, can I say her name?
Sadie. Yeah.
Sadie.
I mean, yeah, she's
Sadie. I didn't know. You hadn't said her name, so I didn't know if I should or not.
No, that's
Sadie.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
That his ancestor Sadie, who is definitely a bad bitch, she has got his back. So
I love it.
I actually have it on camera of doing work with her whenever I was doing a remote reading, spirit ice reading for somebody who was having issues in Canada on a case. And they were trying to talk to a little boy, and this guy kept coming through, this older man kept coming through and holding the kid back. And the kid specifically said in a recording that they sent me, Blake with the dice. And she was like, you're the only Blake that I know who reads spirit dice. She was like, so I was having all these nasty slurs slung at me in the spirit dice while I'm recording and on the phone with them. And I said, Sadie, can you please help me hold him back for me so I can speak to the little boy? And immediately the conversation changed. The answers I started getting related to the little boy. And at the end of it, I said, okay, Sadie, we're done. You can let him go. And I threw the dice one more time to say bye and close the circle. And I got F you, and the light on my phone completely died. Like right at that moment, I was like,
okay,
oh, so she can hold them back. Okay.
Yes, she can.
I love it. I love it. So you call on help, which is awesome.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
I do too. You know, I've come up against some things that I wasn't anticipating, and I always call for help from the spirit world, because there are just some things in human bodies we are not meant to handle.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we have help from the spirit side.
Yeah.
I think we are their help, though. I don't think that they're our help.
I would agree. I would totally agree.
Yeah. I think that they employ us, not the other way around.
Yep. Yeah. I would agree with that. Being as someone who channels and does that. Yeah, I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
We're at their mercy.
We are. Yeah. However, we are not puppets for the
for
the spirit world. You know, we can say no. We can say not now. We can say, I'm driving right now. There's no jumping into my body.
Yeah.
Talk to me at another time. Talk to me when I'm at home and not cooking and relaxing.
I have to tell you, whenever you said driving, that is still one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had.
Okay.
This was another time we had left, I believe it was Old Park, and Blake was driving off one way. I'm driving off another. Usually what we'll do is we'll get about, 10, 15 minutes in the drive. We'll call each other. Well, because, you're usually tired, like, hey, we're going to talk. We got to drive about the same amount of time. Let's debrief. Let's talk about what happened. And I remember there was something that happened that just really bothered me. And I'm talking. And then I look down, I see, oh, my phone's disconnected, because it goes through my car, I can hands-free talking. Mm-hmm. And so I hit the call Blake, and I'm like, dang, did we get disconnected? He goes, we haven't been on the phone. I'm like, I have just been talking to you. I'm like, who the hell I've been talking to for the past 20 minutes? He's like, not me. I go, but you were answering me. He goes, no, I wasn't. I go, yes, you were. Literally driving in my car. And I literally just think the phone call disconnected.
Wasn't me.
But it was his voice talking back to me through the speakers. And I'm sitting there going, now who was that? I'm like, no, y'all don't get to come with me. Y'all go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Weren't me.
Wow. So do you guys walk in each other's dreams?
I don't know how to do that.
Share information in each
No, I respect Shelly a lot and her choices with her spirituality, her energy, and what she likes and does not like for individuals to do or not do for her.
Okay.
Shelly is not one to allow people to tap into her energy or read her or things of that nature. So I'm very respectful of that. The only kind of link that I think her and I have is we joke and say that we share a brain cell or a brain wave, one of the two. because we can instantly be in the dark somewhere and just know what the other one's thinking. Go grab this certain piece of equipment, take it over to this place. Hey, do you think we should go there? I was just thinking that type thing. That's about all that we do. Other than that, I'm very respectful of Shelly and her energy and kind of that creating that bond on the energetic level, because I know she doesn't like a lot of people to tap in or read her. So
right.
Yeah, it's wild for me. It's just kind of it's like I don't want anybody to know the kind of crazy things that I think, that I see, that I hear, that I choose on a daily basis not to acknowledge for the sake of everybody not thinking I'm crazy. I choose to kind of like, okay, you just stay over there, and whenever I need you, I'll let you know. But yeah, there's still that stigma attached, and there probably always will be. That if you see things, you hear things, you think things, you get something that something must be wrong with you. And so, that's one of those things that very early, when I was told there are no goats here, you must have dreamt it. You must have imagined it. I know I didn't. Not every night for 5 years.
Yeah.
Being terrified every night for 5 years. That was not my imagination. And so I keep all that kind of, what I do, I keep it private. I pull it out when I need it. And other than that, I keep it put away. Almost like I don't want to abuse, if you can call it a gift. I don't want to abuse it. I don't want to overuse it. I use it when I need to, put it away when I don't need to. So.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. As far as the crazy bus goes, I throw myself under it every day. Whatever. Think what you want to think. I don't care.
Yeah.
Me too. That's where I finally have gotten. I'm just like, I don't care. Think what you want to think.
Yeah.
I know what I experience and I know what I can do.
Exactly.
However, what I will say is that when people come up and say, okay, I'm going to tell you this, you're not going to believe it, I'm always first one to go, I bet I will. If you're scared to tell somebody, you tell me. Tell me. Yeah. I'm going to believe you. I swear I'm going to believe you,
Yeah, same. Yeah. You can only have so many experiences before you go, everything is possible. Everything is possible. And just because I haven't experienced it doesn't make it less real for the person who did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I had always questioned since I was a young kid, that feeling that I used to get, when I felt like somebody would walk in the room. And I don't think it wasn't until, almost a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. No, would have been last year. Paranormal Rockdown. That was it. When we were all at Paranormal Rockdown. And I got to take part in the seance with Sam Baltrusis and a whole group of people. And he was like, if you see something, hear something, feel something, especially if you feel something, like say something. And that was the first moment, another profound moment, that I started to feel this tingly sensation going down like my shoulder down to my chest. And I kept hearing, for whatever reason, the girl's name across from me, who was also a psychic medium. I kept hearing her name over and over and over again. And I chose to ignore it at first, and it got louder and louder. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. So I was like, I said, I guess this is for you. I don't know where this is coming from. I said, but I've got somebody who's making me tingle, like from shoulder across chest going down. She goes, oh, this is my brother. He died in a car wreck. You're probably feeling the seatbelt. And it was in that moment that I was like, what? I don't know you. Like, you haven't, what? That was kind of the moment where I was like, you know what? Think what you want about me. Yeah. And I've had it happen so many times after that. Shelly has seen it happen in readings that I give, that I'll feel something. And I'm like, got something like right here. And they're like, oh my God. And that look washes over there. You know what look I'm talking about.
I know that look. Yes.
And they're like, how the hell do you know that? And so, yeah, think what you want about me. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. The crazy train, toot, toot, put me on it. I'm right there.
I'm usually driving.
Yeah, right. It's usually when I'm trying to relax the most. When I'm like, I just need this. And they're like, hey, got a message real quick. No, go away.
How long are you guys going to be in Wisconsin in June?
We should be getting up there, I believe, on Thursday, and we'll be leaving on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah.
We need to connect, because I can take you on a real crazy train.
I want to go.
I like crazy trains. Let's do it. Toot toot.
I did too.
I'm on board.
I love it. Blake was having this beautiful experience with Sam Baltrusis while we were there, and Nathaniel Elwell and I we were in another room and a cat ball gets chunked at us from nowhere. Just we're like, well, whoa, Blake's having this nice experience. I'm getting crap thrown at me. I'm like, okay.
I was elevating and leveling up, and Shelly's getting crap chunked
at me. I'm getting pegged by a cat ball from nowhere.
Sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I do think that, Blake is very open in that sense, that he's very open about if you want to talk. I'm very open about if you want to talk, but I have rules, and sometimes we're like, no, I'm not going to deal with you. I'm not going to deal with whoever this energy is. I'm not dealing with you. And then I will invariably get something thrown at me. I'll get hissed at. I'll get touched or something. And I don't like to be touched. I'm like, touch me. It's kind of my gig. Don't do it. And, so sometimes they get very insistent, and with me, if I'm not paying attention, they will get very insistent in physical ways. So I'm just kind of like, oh, geez, what? Then I get Blake can tell you, I'll go, what? What do you want? Well, I get frustrated. I'm like, what?
Use your words.
Yeah, I do. He's seen me get frustrated with him, like running a spirit box, and they'll go, Shelly, and I'm like, what? Silence. And I'm like, I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game. I'm turning it off. And it goes, Shelly. And I go, what? What? You're saying my name? I get so frustrated. I'm like, speak if you're going to talk. I'm like, otherwise quit draining my battery. Let's go on to something else. I have very little patience. Kristina's laughing at me.
I am loving this combination of your energies, because Blake is like, yeah, cool, whatever. And Shelly's like, what?
I am. I'm like the squirrel on crack. He's pretty calm, but I'm a squirrel on crack.
But what's funny about it is we both are chaotic energies.
We are.
It may not appear right now that we are, but you put us
in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah. When you put us into a haunted location or on an investigation, we are both squirrels chasing nuts. Like,
we are free food.
We're just like, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to this location and here's my energy. And we're just almost power walking or running through this location. And everybody's like, please slow down.
We're like, no, come on. The good shit's down here. Hurry up.
We're like, no, we're going to go talk to people. Like, let's just go make it happen. I just tend to do it in a bit more of a calmer state. I'm still chaotic, but a bit more of a calmer state than she does.
Okay.
I go busted through doors. I don't care. I'm like, let's see what's in here.
That's a good analogy. She will, when we come to a door, she will bust through it, and I will like turn the knob and crack it open and go hello, and then slowly open the door and be like, hi, my name's Blake. She's like, what's up? Who wants a drink? I'm Shelly. I'm your tour guide for the evening.
I'm like, who wants to talk? I believe that I would rather surprise them than surprise me. Blake opening the door slow, they can go briar and get him. Me coming in going, hello, friends, I'm here. They'll be like, whoa, who just walked in here? Yeah, I want to scare the spookies.
There you go. That is hilarious.
Laughing at me.
I am laughing at you. That's hilarious. Okay. That is hilarious. It never occurred to me to bust in the room and go, hey, I'm here. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, I'm here. Who wants to talk? Let's go.
You know what? And I give her props. Sometimes it works. I think that's what works with the two of us, is that sometimes her way works. So just bust in. Let's throw a party. Let's have some fun. Sit around the campfire and we're going to share stories. And then my way works sometimes. Yeah, it really just depends on the situation and the location that we're at,
and the spirits that are there and the way that they want to deal with people. Yeah,
I'm going to tell you, at a haunted brothel, it works great. Come on, boys, get in line. Who's coming to the party? I got drinks. We got girls. Come on up.
Yep,
child, that building will go nuts.
I'm sure it will.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure it will. And you've got that whole Southern accent thing going on where people, where I'm sure that they're like, all right, let's go.
Well, it comes on a little bit heavy. I'm like, hey, sugar, want to come have a drink with me? You have to do that.
I'm afraid they might.
Well, at that location, we had gotten in full costume. I was dressed in a saloon girl outfit. Blake was dressed in cowboy attire. We had played the whole night. Old time, Oh My Darling Clementine, Home on the Range. We'd played all kinds of old time saloon music. We had served our guests, allegedly, beverages. And then we started running spirit box sessions. And we were getting them talking. The guys were talking. The brothel girls were talking. And the guy, Blake had already changed. And I was still in my costume. And I said, oh, I'm going to go upstairs and change. And there was a spirit there named Deacon. I said, now, Deacon, don't you follow me. I'm going to go upstairs and change clothes. You stay down here. And I go up the stairs and the spirit box stopped. And Blake says, where'd you go? And Blake, what did it say?
And said upstairs.
Sure did. Now, a few minutes have gone by. I have just enough time to get basically completely butt naked. And I am in the room. And the guys have come up the stairs. And I have the little latch on the door. Like, that's going to keep the spookies out. But for some reason, I put the latch on there. And the latch, boop, flips up. And the door swings open.
Uh-oh.
And I go running from the door because, child, I'm not dressed.
Right.
And they are at the top of the stairs and they are backing up going, hey, did you? I'm like, don't look, I'm naked. And I slammed that door. But then I feel the need to prove that I wouldn't open it. I'm like, see, I opened the door. I'm like, see, I wouldn't have opened the door. I'm not even dressed. Did I close it again? But I feel like I had to prove that I wouldn't open the door because I didn't have any clothes. Don't ask me why. So, yeah, they have opened the door on me. And that location, I mean, I guess they thought, oh, she's taking off that brothel girl outfit. Time for business. No, that lock's not going to stop me, little lady. Yeah. So, yeah, they will play. You do have to kind of be careful what you ask for.
You do
sometimes.
have to be careful. Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a fun location, though. If you get to Texas, we'll have to take you up there.
All right. One of the few states I've not been to is Texas. So, yeah.
Plan on a couple of weeks. It takes 2 days to drive across it. Yeah.
I know.
Any direction you go. So
any direction.
Maybe a day. A day.
If you want to drive straight through.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's anywhere between 11 to 12 hours across the state.
Yeah.
I've driven Montana, so 17 hours cross state.
Yeah.
Long time. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah. But there's a mountain range on each end. So.
Oh, no, thank you.
I love mountains.
I do too.
No, I'm an indoor cat.
You're an indoor cat.
Nature, yuck. No.
Oh my God, you just cracked me up. I've missed you guys. Like, we got to spend a weekend together last year, and I've missed you guys because you just make me laugh all the time.
I'm sorry about that. Or is that a good thing? If so,
that's a good thing.
Okay,
that's good thing. Yeah.
You know what? Our big thing,
fun.
Legitimately, is that we like to have fun. We don't ever. Now, when it's time to be serious, we're serious. But I can't stand it when someone walks in and they are so jaded that they just want to. They want to foo-foo anything that happens. They want to go, it's this. Well, did you try to debunk it? Did you follow up? Did you see if you could get any more questions answered like that? Did you see if you got any more responses? It frustrates me, people in the paranormal who become so jaded that it's not fun for them anymore. This is fun. This is fun. You're talking to crap you can't see. That is awesome. Some people can see them, but we have fun. It's fun. It should be fun because if you're having fun, the spirits are going to be having fun, and you're going to, get more flies with honey.
Right.
So
I agree.
We have a lot of fun. And we're serious when we need to be, and we've had some really, difficult and scary and emotionally draining experiences.
Right.
We still come back because it's still a lot of fun.
It is fun. It is fun. And it's also, for me, it's more than just the fun. I want to tell their story. I want to give them the time that they need to make a connection, to share their story, to say goodbye to somebody, to do whatever it is that they need to do. I'm there for it. I'm there to help. I'm there to be a sounding board. I'm there to get their story out, and I think that the people who are so focused on getting scientific information, I think they're missing some stuff. I think they're missing some stuff.
I definitely think it's important. The scientific aspect of it, but I would totally agree with you on that you're missing the emotional side of it.
Right. Right. Exactly. And, let's look at what scientific, what's the word, where to prove something scientifically, you have to be able to duplicate it, right? Like 5 times.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shelly, can anybody get you to do the same thing the same way 5 times?
No, because I won't allow it.
No. Although I don't know, I'm pretty OCD and anal retentive, so I
am
like
OCD.
I might do something 5 times in a row the exact same way, but probably not.
But probably not.
Because I know you, Blake, and you go, oh, but if I did like that, oh look, that's
yeah,
so
I'll
much
add
better.
a step.
Yeah.
I'll add a step.
Right.
Or skip one that was unnecessary or something.
That you know what? I'll tell you, Kristina, that is something that we share. Blake and I are both very OCD. Just about different things. I can Jenga the hell out of packing. Blake actually watched me pack one night and he goes, you could give a class. I went, yes, I could. You know, I can, you tell me how much space you've got and what you want to fit in it. I can pack it. That's my superpower. I can make anything fit into any size area that you needed to fit in.
I love that.
Yes, I am a Jenga master. And Blake is very OCD about marking things and timing things and making sure this happens when it's supposed to happen. He's very good. Now I'm time obsessed.
A planner.
Yeah, I'm time obsessed. I always have to know what time it is, but he is time structured. So, you know, he tells me 4 o'clock. I'm gonna be like, it's 3:57. It's 3:58. It's 3:59. It's 4 o'clock. Let's go. You know, I like, but he gives me the plan and I make sure we're on time.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, I know that I have been doing this, I don't know, 20 plus years. And I've never seen a spirit do the same thing the same way 5 times. You know what I mean? Like ever. And if you're really following scientific method, that's what's required to prove something. It has to be duplicatable. And so I'm not saying, yeah.
I have seen a spirit do something the same time, same way, at least 5 times.
I have with residuals. Yeah. With residual haunting.
Residual, then yeah.
No, this is intelligent. Blake at Old Park, Wilma lighting up the candle and answering questions, random questions that I give her. Here's the trick. Chad will tell you she'll only do it for me. And that she won't interact with anybody but me, but she will light up the same question. And she will answer questions she knows the answer to.
Yeah, but I don't think that will. No, I see what Kristina's saying. It's kind of like moving a ball. Like having a spirit
She's
move
lighting
a ball.
Up a candle and answering questions.
I know, but to different questions, to different environments. People are in different places at different times. When you ask, she's speaking about like almost laboratory. You take out any external type stuff. Where everything is in the exact same position at the exact same time and the exact same force is exerted like same time on of the day. Ball. Well, because that's what's needed to prove something scientifically, which is why we can't prove that spirits are real in a science lab. Because you can't.
But But at the same time, you know, it's fun to watch the lights go off and it's fun to hear the EVPs and it's fun to see the shadow people. And shadow people. How do y'all feel about shadow people?
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I'll go with 2 thumbs up as well. I don't think that there is there's this connotation that they're like nasty and evil and negative and all that kind of stuff. I go off of energies and vibrational energies and stuff like that, frequencies, and I believe that shadow people is just a lower form of manifestation, therefore a lower frequency that they have to hit or get to be able to manifest.
Right.
And I don't think I don't think that seeing a shadow person means you're seeing something evil. I think that's just how they're choosing to reveal themselves, and they could be good. They like people. They could be good. They could be bad. You could want to interact with them. You may want to steer clear of them. I have the gunslinger photo where it literally looks like there's a shadow figure drawing a pistol, but if you look on the wall, there's another one that's got a shotgun. I think, and I saw that with my own eyes, and I think that whoever that was in front of me, because it came up and it came right in my face and it was gone. I think whoever that was coming up because somebody was coming up behind me. I think that's why it showed itself, because it had my back. So I think that one in that case was protecting me.
Yeah.
So I don't think that shadow people are evil or any kind of evil manifestation.
I don't either. Mostly they seem to play peekaboo.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You know? They'll peek around a wall and go back and then peek again and then go back. And it's like, I don't find that to be creepy. It's almost cute, you know, like they're just playing a game.
I think that that all of them choose how to communicate. Some of them choose visually, some choose audibly, some of them choose physically. I think it just depends. And if that's how they want to communicate by being seen, great. I don't, this is all the unknown, right? We're talking about the unknown. Nobody really knows. Like, you don't really know what my intention right now is, or Blake's intention, or we know theirs. So you never know what the intention is. That's why you have to keep investigating. You have to keep going back. You have to keep asking questions. Right. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. At the end of the day, we're not going to figure it out, because everybody's experience is going to be different. We can only become educated. We can become educated learners, and we can, tell you what's happened to us, but it's not going to be the same experience as somebody else has had. So, but it sure is fun to try to figure it out, isn't it?
It is. It is. It is. I would have to say that, it's like everybody who gets into this wanting to experience something eventually does experience something. And then they're like, okay, now it's real. And they start telling people who are going, I don't believe that. Just like they were doing to other people, and it's because it's an experiential thing for a lot of people. And, I have posted some things online and people are like, well, that's totally fake. You totally did this, that, or the other thing. And I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know that I have, next to zero technical ability. I don't even know how to do what you're accusing me of. So here it is. Believe it or don't believe it. That's not on me.
I think that's, credibility obviously in this field is huge. I mean, it's number one in this field.
That's it's number one for us.
And that's why it's so important of, what we put out there. But at the same time, like, I know that we get negative comments sometimes on our podcast when we have evidence shows or put the evidence out there or whatever. And I just let them be. Again, talk about me, leave a comment. I don't care. Thanks for the algorithm boost, because they don't know you're leaving a negative comment. They just know you're interacting with my stuff. So cool. Like,
bring it on.
Thanks for doing that. But so I know Shelly may have deleted a comment a time or two. I just leave them.
That's because I was very prone to say something ugly every time I looked at it. I thought, you know what? We're just going to get rid of this, so it relieves my temptation.
I get that too. Well, I get that too. Yeah.
We have a rule. We leave negative comments up on our stuff because we understand that not everybody is going to agree with what we do, who we are, or anything like that. Or a multitude of stuff like that. Where we will remove the comments is when you begin to attack character or objectify in a way within the comments. We don't tolerate that. So you're not going to say Blake has a horse face and crooked nose and he looks ugly as crap. No, that's going to get deleted. But if you want to bring a negative aspect to what we're talking about, what we're debating about, do it. We're open. We're not married to any idea in this field.
Right.
We're open to all interpretations, positive and or negative. So we leave the negative comment. I leave it up there. It's going to start, granted, we have a fierce base. I'm not going to lie. Like,
they're going to come for you.
If you come for us, like, they are going to come for you and start debating you. They are very respectful as well. They don't sling names and all that stuff, but they will come to defense because they just listen to and know our opinions so well, because some of them have been with us for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And they know that our credibility is important to us. And before we put up anything, people have been with us on investigations, see us actively try to debunk, and we will try and try and try. And then even after we haven't debunked it, we're going to go back and we're going to watch that piece of evidence. It's going to go through at least me, at least Blake. We're probably going to send it to our buddy Chad Wandell. We're going to get as many sets of eyes on it and say, do you see anything we don't? Is there a way that this could be something other than paranormal? And if all of us cannot debunk it at all, and we can find no reason for it, that's when we will present that piece of evidence.
Right.
And so by the time we actually put it out there, we've sent it through everybody we know to send it to. I sent something to Nathaniel Elwell and said, can you debunk it? He sent it back to me, goes, nope. I went, thank you. So, and that's been put out there. So our credibility is very important, and we don't put up anything that we don't believe. Now, if we put up something and everybody's missed it and somebody says, oh, guess what? I figured that out. This is this at this time of day. This is what happens because I live here and I can tell you. If we can match that, we're not married to our evidence. We'll say, dadgum, okay, you're right. And we had a piece of evidence. And Blake, you remember this? the handprints on the wall. We got so excited. We saw all of this happen in a moment. We went live. We're showing people these handprints that seem to be appearing out of nowhere on this wall. We're freaking out. We went back 2 days later, and I happen to reviewing evidence, and I see that there's this handprint on the wall in the same spot. I'm going, wait a minute. This is a different time of day. I go through
Hours earlier.
Yeah, hours earlier in the day, and it had caught these handprints. But in the daylight, we couldn't see them. We immediately went on the air and we said, hey, listen, we went live and we want to tell you we have debunked this piece of evidence. We were so excited. We're sorry. But that's how important our credibility is. We will go back on live to correct our information if we need to.
I agree. Yeah. There have been times when I've posted stuff because I thought it was a pretty picture and somebody's like, what's that thing behind the tree? You know what I'm saying? Like people pick stuff out and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's one thing or another, but I do see what you're talking about. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes I don't see anything in it. And I'm just like, oh, if either one of you follows me, you know that I'm constantly posting photography. Constantly posting photography. And I've got some people who are always looking in that photography for whatever it is that, you know, that they think they can find. And there was time, I actually have a t-shirt that says it's just a bear. And it's a drawing of a bear and Bigfoot roasting marshmallows. And it says it's just a bear. But this one actually was a bear.
Got it.
It was a bear on the other side of a river. And I was like, nice. I'm like, okay, no, that really is a bear. So yeah.
There you go.
But you know, and there are some people who just really want so much to see something incredible, you know, that they'll find it whether it's there or not. And you know, so is that a lack of credibility? Probably, but it's also a pretty good imagination. So you know, that's there too. And God bless them. I love all my people. I do. Some of them are just so enthusiastic that they want to just wait. We're going to scour her pictures, you know?
So do we. We understand it. We get it.
Yeah.
I always hate to burst people's bubbles when they bring me video or you know, a photo or something. I'm just saying I can't classify it as paranormal, unfortunately. You know?
But we usually do say that's interesting. That's kind of our word. Like if we can't explain it, we can't debunk it, but we're not willing to say that, yes, oh my God, that's a catch. We'll be like, that's interesting. Keep playing with it. See if you can bring it out. See what you can find in it. Yeah, because you don't ever want to squelch somebody's enthusiasm, but you also want to teach them what to look for. You know, not every floating circle is an orb.
Right. Right.
And not everything that shoots across the back that looks like a shadow is a shadow. It could be your own shadow. Where were you standing in the room? You know, can you verify? Did you keep, you know, take more than one picture? You know, we want to teach them how to do it correctly. So that your evidence becomes as credible as it possibly can be.
Right. Exactly. This has been such a great conversation. How do people get a hold of you, Blake, for a reading? Shelly, you don't do readings, do you?
I do not.
You do not.
But you can come and investigate with me anytime you want.
So for me personally with readings, you can just contact me through Facebook, Blake A. Smith. I'm friends with Kristina. I'm friends with Shelly, depending on who you're friends with. I follow a lot of the people in the paranormal field, friends with a lot of them. You could probably find me on their pages. Other than that, I've got houseofmanypaths.com that you can go to as well, where you can sign up with the reading for me. I'll be at conventions. I do on-site readings there as well. And sometimes I'll do them at our public investigations. If people are like, hey, do we have a little time? Sure. It just depends if the mood strikes me. But that's for me. Now for EVP, you can find us almost every single social media platform, wherever you get your audio from on podcasting. We are live every Tuesday night on Facebook and YouTube. So you can catch us there at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Jump in the comments, say hi to us. We love it. We always say hi to our people, and we're watching the comments. So if you say something interesting, it might wind up on the screen. And then we also have Patreon. We have an Eventbrite. We're Patreon's for bonus content. Eventbrite is for our public investigations. And we have a link tree. If you can find that has all of our links. It'll be on that's on the Facebook and X profiles for everything Vaguely Paranormal. So
awesome. I want to thank you both so much. If you could stick around after we go off camera, some questions I'm not going to ask on air at this point. So
okay.
Okay. Sounds
Thank
good.
you. Thank you for
all so
having us
much.
on. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you. We've had
Thank you.
fun.
This is so much fun always with you guys. So thank you so
Yay.
much. And
you.
everybody, I will see you next time.